Multiple sclerosis is a chronic inflammatory demyelinating disease of central nervous system. Clinically, it is characterized by relapsing and remitting neurological signs and symptoms. Dr. Jean Charcot in 1968 defined the disease by its clinical and pathological characteristics, that is, paralysis and the cardinal symptoms of intentional tremor, scanning speech, and nystagmus, which later came to be known as Charcot's triad. The onset of multiple sclerosis typically occurs between the ages of 15 and 50 years. It affects largely young adults between the ages of 20 and 40 and is often referred to as the great crippler of the young adults. The disease is more common in women than in men by the ratio of 2:1. Multiple sclerosis affects predominantly white population and low rates or low risk has been demonstrated in African Americans, Asians and Native Americans. The precise etiology of multiple sclerosis is unknown. However, the most widely accepted theory is that it is an autoimmune disease induced by a viral or other infectious agent. Genetics also play a role in acquisition of MS, with approximately 15% of patients have a positive family history, that is, first degree relatives such as parent or sibling with multiple sclerosis. In patients with multiple sclerosis, the immune response triggers the production of T lymphocytes, macrophages, and immunoglobulins, that is, antibodies. In a turn, the command or trigger protein is activated, which producing the autoimmune cytotoxic effect within the CNS. Then the blood-brain barrier falls and myelin-sensitized T lymphocyte cells enter and attack the myelin sheath that surrounds the nerve. Myelin serves as an insulator, speeding up the conduction along the nerve fiber from one node of Ranvier to another. It also serves to conserve energy for the nerve because depolarization occurs only at the nodes. Disruption of myelin sheath produces active demyelination, slowing neural transmission and causing nerves to fatigue rapidly. With severe disruption, conduction block occurs with resulting disruption of the function. Local inflammation, edema and infiltrate surrounds the acute lesion and can cause a mass effect, further interfering with the conductivity of the nerve fiber. Demyelinated areas eventually become filled with fibrous astrocytes and undergo a process called gliosis. During the early stages of multiple sclerosis, oligodendrocytes survive the initial insult and can produce demyelination. Oligodendrocytes are myelin producing cells in the CNS. This process is often incomplete and as a disease progresses more chronic, this process stops. Eventually, the oligodendrocytes become involved and myelin repair cannot occur. Multiple sclerosis is highly variable and unpredictable from person to person and also within a given individual over time. Based on the progression of the disease, multiple sclerosis is categorized as follows. First category is relapsing and remitting multiple sclerosis, also known as RRMS. This is characterized by relapses with either full recovery or some remaining neurological signs and symptoms and residual deficits upon recovery. That is, the periods between relapse and are characterized by lack of disease progression. So, if you look at the graph, here is the onset of symptoms. So, the symptoms appear, they exaggerate, and then the patient remains in the period of relapse. That is, the symptoms remain for some period of time, which is called as period of relapse. This period of relapse is followed by a period of remission where the symptoms reduce or they completely disappear, and the patient remains normal or near normal in the period of remission. Again, there is a period of relapse after some time, which is again followed by period of remission. The second category is primary progressive multiple sclerosis, also known as PPMS. This is characterized by disease progression from the onset without plateau or remissions. So, if you look at the graph, you can see that this is the onset, this is the period time of onset. From the onset, the symptoms or the disease gradually continue to progress, and in this graph you can see that there is absence of period of relapse and period of remission. So there is no period of remission, but the disease continues to progress, the symptoms continue to progress. The third category of multiple sclerosis is secondary progressive multiple sclerosis, or SPMS. This category is the combination of the first two categories. It is characterized by initial relapsing and remitting course followed by progression at variable rate that may also include occasional relapse and minor remissions. So you can see in the graph that the initial phase is similar to the first category, that is relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. There are clear phase of relapse, and then there is a phase of remission followed by again relapse. So initial course is similar to relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis, but the second phase is like progressive multiple sclerosis. So after the initial phase of relapsing remitting course, the disease symptoms, they continue to progress over a period of time, and there might be a small plateau between, or this plateau may be completely absent and the disease may progress. The fourth category of multiple sclerosis is progressive relapsing multiple sclerosis. This category is characterized by progressive disease from onset but without clear acute relapses that may or may not have some recovery or remission. This type is commonly seen in people who develop disease after 40 years of age. Progressive relapsing multiple sclerosis begins with a progressive disease course from the onset with clear acute relapses that may not resolve or with full recovery. The interval between two relapses is marked by disease progression. So here you can see this is the relapse. This line indicates the rapid progression of the disease or relapse. This is the another relapse. And between the two relapse, there is no phase of remission. Instead, there is slow progression of the disease. So then again there is a relapse. Then the disease progress more slowly and again a relapse. So there is a period of progression of disease between the two relapse. The fifth category of multiple sclerosis is benign multiple sclerosis. It is characterized by mild disease in which patient remains fully functional in all neurological systems even 15 years after the disease onset. So this category is characterized by extremely slow progression. You can see that the slope of the line is slow, it shows the slow progression, and that progression may also plateau at some point of time and the patient remains fully functional. The sixth category is malignant multiple sclerosis, also known as Marburg's variant. It is characterized by rapid progression leading to significant disability or death within a relatively short period of time. So the slope of progression or the slope of line here you can see is very rapid, and within a short period of time this rapid progression may lead to death. Multiple sclerosis relapse or exacerbations are defined by new and recurrent multiple sclerosis symptoms that last at least 24 hours and are unrelated to another etiology. Several factors have been identified, and avoiding these aggravating factors is important in ensuring the patient's optimal functions. So, the various exacerbating factors are: first, deterioration in overall health, any kind of infection, viral or bacterial, disease of major organ system like heart disease, any other major or minor life stresses. Pseudo-exacerbation. Pseudo-exacerbation refers to temporary worsening of MS symptoms, and the episode typically comes and goes quickly, usually within 24 hours. So anything that raises the body temperature will exacerbate the symptoms, but that exacerbation will be relatively short for a short period of time.